your assignment. So we're going to go ahead and talk about that to make sure everyone knows what we're doing, what you're supposed to be doing. And something for those, I don't know that anyone's nearing completion. I just don't. How many have already watched one documentary? Anybody have already watched one? So we're not even there yet. Okay, so I'm going to have time to get a template ready. You know, the answer to the questions is pretty easy. You're not going to do that. We got that looking better. Thank you for that, Kaylee Glover. But you need to know how it needs to look as far as you typing out your short argument. So I will have that ready. So this is what it looks like, again, going over your 2 documentaries. And you are basically choosing 2 documentaries. And I still deal with the same topic. It could be, let's broaden that. Instead of saying it has to be over, let's say, okay, so last night I watched a really short, mine was, I think, 30 minutes. And it was on, they called the Spanish flu, 30 minutes. So I could watch another one dealing with a pandemic or a disease. It wouldn't have to be the Spanish flu. So I think broadening your scope, sometimes you have to do that for research papers, and sometimes you have to narrow it. But in this case, because of our top documentaries are limited, you probably need to broaden your scope. I think once you do that, you'll be able to do that. You'll be able to use the 2 that you find. So what you're doing after you find your 2, you're going to watch. You're going to go ahead and watch both of them and then answer your questions. And I don't mind if you want to, watch one and answer the questions, which is probably what I would do, and watch the other one and answer the other questions. But you probably want to read through the 10 questions ahead of time to know kind of what you're supposed to be looking at. Now, this right here is your kind of tips to write a close analysis of one aspect of the film, and that's going to be what you're talking about in your paper. So, again, I will give you like a sample, like what it kind of looks like a mock essay, so you'll kind of know what it needs to look like. Does anybody have any questions on this assignment? And I haven't set a due date yet because I am seeing how you're doing. I know you're working pretty well in this class. You guys are really good to work. Use your time wisely. So after I see where you're going, where it's feasible, I'll set the due date. Does that make sense? I would think, just thinking, you're going to have all period today, all period Wednesday. The earliest you may be able to start writing maybe Friday. So this looks like the earliest it could be would be next week. And we meet twice next week, so maybe next Tuesday or probably Thursday. This kind of tentative due date, looking at kind of think you may finish faster, you may need a little bit more time, but that's what I'm thinking. That's kind of a reasonable time. Okay, now in the other part we have going on, is I'm sometimes guilty of having a lot going on in my classroom, but we have this other assignment that if those who finish early with this can go ahead, because this, believe it or not, when we set it for October 14th or 13th, something like that, when does it due? 14th. It was like forever. It's like, oh, y'all have so much time. It's just in a couple. What is the 14th? Is like next week. So wow. So again, I might adjust this based on how your other assignments going, because this was supposed to be kind of in the background. You're working on this, and so this. They're both, this shouldn't take as much time as your other one, obviously, nor is this really a paper. This is going to be more like you're doing like a presentation, like slides, just putting key information on it, something like that. So that's more of a short little assignment on that. Does anybody have any questions at all? You need time to watch is what you need time to do. So questions for anybody? No? All right, I'm going to go ahead and stop recording, but I'm going to leave everything rolling. And I do ask, I ask my people that if you don't have to sit in front of the camera, but if you will stay